Okay. I really don't expect anyone to show up. Um, I wanted to take a couple of days before I got back on YouTube. For those who have watched my channels before, welcome back. To those of you who are new, welcome. I want to talk a little bit about, because basically I'm starting from scratch. I've been on YouTube since 2008. One of my first videos was reading out of William Cooper's Behold the Pale Horse. And I'll tell you the truth. I know it sounds like I'm tooting my own horn, but I have to tell the truth. I am one of the first people who ever talked about conspiracy and films on YouTube. So I became an enemy of the powers that be at YouTube a long time ago, 2008. And since then, they haven't liked anything I've been saying or doing on my channel. So every few years, it seems to be every few years, they delete my account. They figure out ways of striking me, giving me a strike, depending on the subject matter, you know. And I knew that's one of the reasons why I was touching on the subjects, which you can now watch. Those videos I'm talking about have been re-uploaded on this new channel. I went back to my old logo and the name of my original show. Well, actually, it has gone through a lot of different names through the years, but I think most people know me as Hollywood God, or my channel was Hollywood God, rather. Once again, they had a problem, and I know, and this is the reason why I re-uploaded these videos. You might be wondering, well, if these are the controversial videos that you're talking about, you're probably saying, so why did you re-upload them? They're just going to delete your channel again. Well, you see, according to YouTube, those are not the videos that they deleted my account for. They're saying that they deleted for having copyright material, music that was copyrighted, even though they allowed it, even though they're the ones that allowed it when it was first uploaded. They then turned around and said that they got some sort of what do they call it? That they got some problem from Sony. I think it was Sony. I think it was Sony that had a problem. Sony discovered AI performance on the song. So it wasn't even the AI that they were disputing. They were disputing the music that I used the AI performance on. And these videos have been uploaded on that channel for at least, if I take a guess, and there was no problem. There was no problem whatsoever. But it looks like now the music companies have figured out a way that even if you're using an AI to perform songs, they can still go after you with the music. So whatever. So so what they said, it was that's the reason why, and strike after strike after strike videos, and then they have that rule. Well, even if you delete the videos, they were there for all that time. Yeah, they were, but you motherfuckers at YouTube allowed it. or your bots, your own AI system allowed it, doesn't matter. It was your fault. That even if you delete them, you get more strikes. Think about it this way. Let's say you have a job, right? And you're doing your job a certain way, right? And nobody has a problem with it. Your boss, nobody. Other coworkers, nobody. Then a new boss comes in, okay? Finds out or sees for himself how you're doing the job, okay? Tells you, no, this is the way now that I want you to do your job, right? And before you even have a chance to do it the new way, you don't give an argument. You don't try to, start any beef or anything. After they teach you how to do the job in the new way, they fire you. That's sort of like, see, I want people to look at YouTube's system, okay? Because that's going to be the system in our daily lives. What you did in the past, you get penalized. And it's going on right now. It's going on a lot right now with people. Something you said or done in the past, okay? Even if you change your stance, you change your views or whatever. Oh no. Even though it worked out the way you was doing it, we got a new way of doing it now, you're fired for what you did back then. And remember that the way you were doing your job in the past, they allowed it. Matter of fact, they probably showed you how to do it. They showed you how to do that job the way you were doing it in the past. And now they got a new boss, and now you're fired for something that they taught you the way to do it. Unbelievable. But anyway, that's the system. I want you to study the YouTube system, their rules, their laws, what can get on YouTube, what cannot. 1 strike, 2 strikes, 3 strikes, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 strike, more. I want you to study it because I'm telling you that is exactly what's going to happen to our personal daily lives. And to many of us, it's already happened. So, the test now. I guarantee you that the problem wasn't those uploads of music. No. They found a loophole to get me off of YouTube, to cancel my channel. Now I re-uploaded. I created this new channel, okay? And I'm re-uploading those controversial videos. Because I want to show and prove. I'm doing it on purpose. I want to show and prove that is those recent videos with controversial subjects, which is the reason for my censorship and ban and the cancellation of my original channel. You're not fooling me, socialist pigs of YouTube. You're being exposed. Your various secret societies are being exposed for what they are. And I will continue my war against all of you satanic, atheist, socialist pigs. Just like I've been saying on my videos, you people believe you're gods. You believe that you are gods. We will see. We shall see. We shall see. So that's more or less what happened to me. Now I have to start from scratch, but that's okay. That's all right. You know, I'm really going to be concentrating more because BitChute has a more flexible way of doing things. You know, my only problem right now with BitChute is it's streaming. It's not as easy as it is here on StreamYard. And I think to use StreamYard on BitChute, I have to pay. I have to, find out, get more information if I really do have to pay or not. It's a shame. I mean, BitChute has its own streaming format, for lack of a better word, but its own software. But it just hasn't been working for me for whatever reason. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. But as soon as I can figure it out, I'll be streaming on BitChute. And that would be, for those of you it's called Doma Command, DOMA space COMMAND, Doma Command. And my name on that is God, Giver of Domain. And it's basically sort of the same thing that I'm doing on this new YouTube channel, giving information. It's just so unfair that because of frivolous videos, why don't you just ask me? I mean, you uploaded it, assholes. You're the assholes that allowed it to get on YouTube. And then there's a little rule there. After you upload, things can change. Things can change, Well, if you're gonna say that, assholes, at least give me the opportunity then to correct the wrong, and I'll delete the videos that you want me to delete. It's no big deal. All the music company wanted was the videos to be taken down. So why are you treating it as if I got on there and made terrorist threats or something, or said something, I don't know, made accusations of people that I don't know, or I did something violent, on YouTube. You're treating everybody the same. You're treating people who would upload some awful thing on YouTube, okay, with somebody who doesn't do that. You're treating us all the same. I mean, I guess if I'm beating the living shit out of somebody and I record it and I upload it, automatically you delete it, But here, in a way, you're doing the same thing for somebody who doesn't do that. You're treating the average people like the scumbag motherfuckers on YouTube. And there are a lot of them. So that's what's going on. That's the situation. As long as I can, and as long as freedom of speech is still around, I'm going to say what the fuck I want to say. I'm going to talk about the scumbag socialist satanic pigs all I want. I don't give a flying fuck. You're going to have to completely delete. Come, prove me wrong. Delete this channel too, assholes, because there's nothing here now. Copyright. We're going to see if it was what I was saying or those videos that you were complaining about. The music ones. We're going to see. I'm going to prove, if you delete this channel, it's proof that you're a bunch of socialist pigs. That's right. Just like I know you are. That's all you do. Okay. So we had one person viewing. I'm not sure if the person viewing is familiar with my previous channels, but that's the situation. The war continues against socialism, atheism, communism, fascism, Nazism, which means National Socialism, Satanism, Zionism, all the isms that you can come up with. Okay? It's all the same shit. Zionism. It's all the same shit, but personified in different names, personified by different views. That's all it is, but it's all the same shit. You have to remember that and people go back and they say, oh no, it started with Karl Marx and Engels. Actually, no. All of this socialist crap started way before. What Marx did was he just actually codified it, wrote it down, you see? But all this socialist garbage comes from those secret goddamn societies. I want to show you something. I've mentioned this on my other channel on numerous occasions. You wanna censor me? I'm gonna give you a reason to censor me, motherfuckers. See this book? This book is by Lady Queenborough. Of course, that's not her real name. Occult Theocracy, The Mysteries of Freemasonry and Secret Societies. Her real name, I don't think it says it here, but okay. You need to get this book. If you still are a non-believing person, if you still think that none of this conspiracy shit is valid or true, you need to get this book. This book is a thorough list and definition, and this is an encyclopedia of all these goddamn secret societies that have existed for a long time. Some have gone the way of the dodo and disappeared, thank goodness. But a lot of them are still here. And all it is gangs. That's all it is. That's all it is. So-called fraternities, organizations, they're nothing but roaming gangs. They're gangs. They're gangs. The only difference is they're run by the elite, and the members are considered the elite. But it's incredible. Different cultures, different countries. Brahmanism, Mazdaism, Confucianism, Egyptian esotericism, Judaism, so-called Judaism, Orpheism, the Druids, Christianity. For those of you who think there are no secret societies within Christianity, you're mistaken. Manichaeism, witchcraft, the Gnostics, Lamaism, the Yazidis, devil worshippers, unorthodox Islam, the Ishmaelites, the Lodge of Cairo, the Druzes, the Assassins, the Knights Templar, Knights of Malta, the Rosicrucians, the Catharis, the Moravians, the Anabaptists, Grand Lodge of England, the Gospel Revolution, the Preparation, General Pepe, and the One Big Union, Albert Pike and Giuseppe Mazzini, Practical Politics, Adrian Lemmy, the Interlocking Directorate, John Yarker, the 16th as associations of the 16th century, the Illuminati of Spain, the Order of the Jesuits, the Defenders of the Roman Catholics, And it goes on and 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 on. Different lodges, different names, different groups, different members, but at their core, one and the same. One and the same. All can trace back their origins to the mystery religions of Babylon. While I'm at it, here's another book, but unfortunately they tampered with this book too. So if you get it, you're going to have to get a used copy that was printed from the 90s, because the recent copies that are printed today have edits, tampering. You know, now that the man's dead, the company's been doing whatever it wants with the book. So I suggest get an original copy. Behold the Pale Horse. Once again, when I first got on YouTube in 2008, I am the first person to read out of this book. I was the first person who talked about conspiracies. I was the first person to talk about film and all the bullshit going on in the film industry. How all this Illuminism garbage, Masonic mumbo jumbo was put in the films. Some people have done it better since me, but I started it. I will at least admit I was one of the first people to start it. All of you acting surprised about what's going on in Hollywood with this so-called wokeness, diversity, transparency. I hear that word used a lot. Why are you surprised? Did it just come out of the blue? It didn't just start yesterday. For years, it's been going on. For years, the brainwashing, predictive programming has been going on. I have another book, but it's in the other room. But I'll give you an idea, because these are the other two volumes. Scarlet and the Beast. This is another set of books. There are 3 volumes in total. The first volume is very, very thick. These are the 2 smaller volumes, 2 and 3. Just to give you, and this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. A beginning understanding. And I have other books here, but I don't want to bore you. So that's it. Hopefully, some of my subscribers come across this video and subscribe to this new channel for as long as the socialist pigs of YouTube allow me to be on here. Like I said, I'm going to be primarily concentrating from this point on at my BitChute channel, again called Doma Command. Doma Command. And my title there is God, G-O-D, giver of domain. So to those of you who are new, I hope you're prepared. I'm going to continue my fight against these socialist pigs. You might be wondering, some of you who've never seen this flag before, well, guess what? That's the real flag. That's called the civilian flag. That's the real flag that we're supposed to be using. That flag that you're accustomed to seeing in the United States of America, that you see on flagpoles, that's the war flag. Think about it. Why are we using, even in so-called peacetime, why are we always using the war flag of the United States? Why aren't we using this flag? This is the flag we're supposed to be using. The other one represents war. We're in a continuous state of war and rebellion. Not only with the rest of the world, but within. From within as well. You're thinking about New World Order's coming. New World Order is here. It's always been here. That was always the goal of the founding Freemasons, who you call founding fathers. And if you read the Constitution, and you come away from reading the Constitution and the Bill of Rights, if you come away after reading it, thinking that it sounds, when you think about it, it feels like a trap, it's because it is a trap. It is a trap. New World Order began at the founding of this country. Everything going on has always been New World Order. Why is it a New World Order? Because this is the new world. This is what it was called when it was supposedly discovered by Christopher Columbus. I'll get into, hopefully one day, into the real origins of America. It's not what you were taught in school. It's not what you were taught about Christopher Columbus and Amerigo Vespucci Society, and they named it America Vespucci. That's bullshit. It's bullshit. The name America comes from the serpent god of Peru. As you go along in the studies, if you watch these videos that I've uploaded, you'll understand that the serpent is a very important symbol to these secret societies, to these religions, because ultimately they're all religions. And don't get fooled. Don't get it twisted. You look at these political groups, all right, and they're all religions as well. Hitler said, if only you see a political party in National Socialism, then you don't know nothing about National Socialism. He called it a holy order. That's like saying religion. So that's it. That's all I want to say. How long has it been this? Been a half hour. I hope you new viewers that subscribe understand where I'm coming from. Those of you who used to watch me on my other channels and have discovered me again, welcome back. And let's see how long before they delete my account again. Let's see. See, the worst thing that the enemy hates is exposure. They can't stand it. They can't stand it. And no, I don't support Trump. For those of you thinking I support him, no. I know he's a puppet just like Biden was. And the next person after Trump, if they don't declare martial law and he stays in office forever, the next guy is going to be another puppet. All of them, all of y'all puppets, Republican, Democrat. Right now, these so-called Democrats and these so-called Republicans are actually instigating a civil war. For those of you who side with republicanism and conservatism, why is it that your representatives are using the same tactics as the so-called leftist liberals? Why? Shouldn't you take the higher road? But no. A lot of you are using the same damn tactics. Because I know what you're really doing. You want to instigate a conflict between the people. the people won't be able to go after you guys. Maybe some of you will get caught and done away with. I don't know, when it comes to revolutions, this sort of shit happens. But for the most part, they won't be able to get the politicians. So what's going to happen? They're going to have to go after themselves. They're going to have to fight each other. They're going to kill each other on the streets. And I can't believe that I'm witnessing this on a daily basis, what I'm witnessing, and nobody seems to see it. Nobody seems to see what I'm seeing. We have been infiltrated by these socialist scumbags at every level of our society. In the politics, of course, in the religions, of course. And nobody seems to see that we are on a one-way road to a civil war that will ultimately degrade into a race war. Yes, ultimately it will. Because as the conflict gets worse and worse, and from what I hear, revolutions are the worst. They're worse than real major wars in some cases, because at least in major wars, there's some sort of rules that they follow. But in revolutions and civil war, there are no rules. There are no fucking rules. Survival of the fittest. If you stronger, you attack the weaker. And that's what's going to happen. And it will degrade into a race war. Because people are going to see what the whites are going to do to the blacks, what the blacks are doing to the Hispanics. Eventually, everybody's going to side with the group that they're a part of, they were born in. And if a race war happened in this motherfucker, woo, nobody's safe. Nobody's safe. Well, with that said, to new subscribers, welcome. To the returning subscribers, welcome back. The war continues against the socialist pigs of YouTube. Peace.